think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, as a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round, and then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. He's at the 40, past the 20, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And, you know, a lot of talk about these 2 versus 7 games this year in the playoffs, something that we've never had before. And this, one of now 6 games on Wild Card Weekend. But, you know, we've seen the 6 seed in the past make a run, Charles, so why not the number 7 seed?
And I'm still getting used to hearing 2 versus 7. You know, it's still taking me a little bit of time to get comfortable with it, but that's a great point that you just made. 6 seeds have made big runs in the playoffs, have run themselves all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't think there's much difference between a 6 and a 7, so we could see the same thing with this new playoff system.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Xavier Woods on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
on play action. It's Rodgers.
7-yard line.
And that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get that one to his running back, Marlon Mack. And it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Wow, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
Trubisky's pass complete to Travis.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
42-yard line.
On the counter, Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
45-yard line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
15 more yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
49ers nothing.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Edelman. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals push further out in front. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run the draw play with Mack. Mack's got the first down and then some. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 27 yards there, a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Mack. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
It's a gain of 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The ball carrier. He was tackled.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds his target, Fuller. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley.
Todd Gurley, the ball carrier.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's good.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Caught here by Griffin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Unbelievable.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Behind the line of
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
complete to
The
Marlon.
49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Now they're staring at a fourth down as Arizona's defense does its job.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick is good.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 27-yard line.
This offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So, kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles? That's caught at the 25. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Washington, 73 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. Looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this one will not be handled. It's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Got an open man. It's Washington. Now the Cards going to call another timeout. Their second. as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 4.
27-yard line.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Washington in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
At their own 25-yard line.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we come up. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
49ers 3. Sam Martin set to kick off.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that going to hit in the end zone as we restart things here in the second half with a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play you made there in the open field.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. It's complete to Fuller. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Rodgers now on first down. This goes to Mack on the check down. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
Or maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Gerald McCoy able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. On the give, this is Mack. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
But it's third down.
On third down, Rodgers. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on the
line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
4-yard line.
They try again with High. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No.
Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
On third down. Fumbled on the play.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's second and 10. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelce is complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
To Travis Kelce. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5. That's the end of the third quarter.
1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're running with Gurley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard. Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches,
You just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the Niners' 21-yard line.
Running the jet sweep with Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Gurley. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Another carry now for Gurley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down.
Seibert on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.